What is good, boys and girls, whoever's watching my channel right now? And today, I'm back with a reaction video. I just came from school like an hour ago. So, yeah, why not make a video? And today, I'm going to react to how Will Smith forced his son to fail. And, yeah, if you're new here, like, comment, subscribe, and post notifications. And, yeah, because I drop a video every day, every other day. And besides that, let's get into it.
What you are about to see is a 20-second clip that made Jaden Smith the laughingstock of the internet.
Because I was picking up more things from adults than I were from kids my own age. And I look, and I go around sometimes and I hang out with other people that are my age, and they're just kind of selfie. I'm just like, dude, like, oh my God, like, can we talk about, like, the political and economic state of the world right now? Can we talk about what's going on with the environment? Can we talk about...
However, people choose to ignore the very important context stated right before that cringy clip.
Put me, like, they would be having a meeting about their next film or something, and they would put me at the head of the table and just make me sit there while they're talking, debate with all these people, talk numbers, talk crazy stuff.
Jaden says he spent more time with adults than children during his youth. He would spend his free time in very important business meetings with his mother and father, Jada Pinkett and Will Smith, discussing serious business matters that he barely
R.I.P. to their relationship. They broke up.
Understood at the time. Jaden's parents never told him no. They allowed him to do anything and everything his heart desired, hoping that it would deepen and strengthen their relationship. They designed a meticulous, calculated plan for Jaden to be born and raised a superstar, and it ended in disaster. By age 15, he wanted to be emancipated from them, got blacklisted from Hollywood, and is hated by everyone on the internet. Most people's first introduction to Jaden was in 2006 during his film debut in the biographical drama, The Pursuit of Happiness. Most young actors start with minor roles to help build their resumes. Jaden's father thought it would be best for his 7-year-old son to join a $55 million budget feature film alongside his dad, but the film producers did not want Jaden as the co-star. The film is inspired by the true story of Chris Gardner, a San Francisco salesman struggling to build a future for himself and his 5-year-old son Christopher. When his girlfriend walks out, Chris is left to raise Christopher on his own. In a movie that centers on a father's relationship with his son, it makes sense to cast an actual father-son duo, and many would argue the decision paid off with the heartfelt film. However, casting Jaden was not a straightforward decision. In fact, he still had to audition, just like other young actors in contention for the part. In his memoir titled Will Smith explained that director Gabrielle Muccino was having trouble casting the role of Christopher Jr., having auditioned close to 500 child actors. Around that time, Jaden began expressing interest in acting, so Will and Jada consented to their son auditioning for the role. Although Muccino wanted Jaden to portray Christopher Jr., there was some pushback. Will wrote that the Pursuit of Happiness director told him, "I wanted Jaden for this role from the first moment I met him, but the studio forbade me from asking you." The studio felt like it was a death sentence for the film from a marketing standpoint. They felt like people wouldn't be able to suspend disbelief seeing Jaden and Yu on camera as father and son. The studio also feared their decision would appear as favoritism and preferential treatment, with people crying out nepotism. Finally, Jaden was allowed a screen test alongside Will, which led to Jaden auditioning a total of 9 times, which is very uncommon. The studio simply didn't want the problems that came along with casting him, but audition after audition, in all of his innocent 6-year-old glory, he proved himself the right actor for the role. Many people question if Jaden actually proved himself, or if his father was so steadfast on him securing the role that eventually the studio just gave in. But it really didn't matter, because the film was a hit. Their natural father-son dynamic helped the film gross over $300 million at the worldwide box office, with both Will and Jaden receiving several award nominations. Jaden says his parents never pressured or expected him to follow in their footsteps. However, he did grow up with a camera in his face. Now, a lot of parents made home videos with their kids, but maybe Will put a little extra focus on it.
My dad would just film me and my sister. And we would make trade tricks, Matrix spin-off.
It's not uncommon for celebrities' children to follow the same career path, and he landed another substantial role in the sci-fi film The Day the Earth Stood Still, before securing a surprise guest appearance on The Suite Life of Zack and Cody. Now imagine every random idea you had as a child. If you were Will Smith's son, he would pour thousands of dollars into whatever your heart desired at that moment. At 10 years old, Jaden wanted to start a water company. Just Water. My man. When I was a kid, I kept seeing discarded water bottles on the ground everywhere, and the amount of waste blew me away. I told my parents that I was passionate about reducing our carbon footprint. For the next 7 years, they developed a planet-friendly water bottle that uses 82% renewable material. Just Water wouldn't be available to the public until 2015. As of 2019, the company has sold its water in stores over 10 countries and over 15,000 retail stores in North America. And they still haven't given me a sponsorship, which makes me extra grateful for today's sponsor.
Nobody, no. I can go to his channel for that.
The link is also down in the description, or you can scan the QR code and Underdog will double your first deposit up to $100. That's Underdog Fantasy, promo code PatrickCC. Underdog is giving you a special free pick for week 4 of the NFL season.
And still not done. Okay.
Privilege on code PatrickCC to sign up today. Although Jaden wanted to make an impact on the world, his privilege undoubtedly gave him a sense of superiority. He seemingly forgot that his parents' money funded his business ventures, meaning he didn't need an education like others. He once famously tweeted, "If everybody in the world dropped out of school, we would have a much more intelligent society." Jaden was homeschooled by his parents in the beginning because his father wanted his kids by his side when he was filming movies. "My kids being with me is of a higher value than sitting in a classroom." Then in 2009, Will and Jada opened New Village Leadership Academy, a private elementary school in Calabasas, California. Jaden and his sister Willow enrolled at the academy once it was up and operating. According to ABC News, classes consisted of yoga, karate, robotics, technology, math, literacy, Spanish, art, and living skills. As Jaden grew older, he used social media to express his views regarding traditional education.
We're preparing everybody to go to prison through the schools. Yeah. It's like, oh, okay, the people that are not doing good in the grades, oh, you do it like this, oh, you go to the detention, da-da-da-da. Mm-hmm. There's too many correlations between public schools and prisons.
Jaden has been crowned the king of "I'm 14 and this is deep." Pretty much everyone that has experienced the American education system knows it's not setting us up to be successful multimillionaires. And maybe, in theory, the New Village Leadership Academy style of learning could be much better for the youth. The problem is that the school cost $22,000 per year to attend and was closed due to parents learning their child's curriculum was steeped in Scientology. So when Jaden says things like, "School is the tool to brainwash the youth," and "education is rebellion," it kind of just comes off as a rich boy who had all the resources to be successful and thinks anyone could do it as long as they put their mind to it and work hard. However, in 2010, Jaden would hit his career peak when he starred in the remake of The Karate Kid, a role that catapulted him.
She should say, "This is my favorite film from Jaden Smith. All-time favorite.
To global.
I'm sorry, like, not the TV that I have now, but like my first actual TV. This was the first movie I watched, and I was sitting there for 2 hours straight.
Superstardom. As you can imagine, this was Will Smith's idea. Jaden said, "My dad had the idea, and everybody knows in our house that my dad's a little crazy." Okay, he's very crazy. But you know, when he said this, we were like, "Are you sure?" And then we were like, "Alright, we're going to listen to you because you're the guy." Little did Jaden know that just blindly listening to his father would eventually lead to disaster. Jaden took the spotlight while his parents took on producer roles, overseeing the film under their production company, Overbrook Entertainment. This film would change a lot of the most iconic parts of the original. Ralph Macchio's 1984 Karate Kid depicts a boy from New Jersey who moves to a California town. For Jaden's Dre Parker in the remake, he's not just the new kid in town. He experiences an unimaginable culture shock when his mother's job forces them to move from Detroit to China. The main character in both adaptations develops animosity towards the class bully and must learn how to defeat him. However, the famous wax-on, wax-off scenes are replaced with a new learning system centered around putting a jacket on and taking it off, hanging it up and taking it down. Karate, which originated in Okinawa, Japan, is replaced with Chinese Kung Fu. Jerry Weintraub, the original series producer, insisted on using the well-known title even though the film contains no karate. He briefly contemplated changing the title to The Kung Fu Kid before deciding otherwise. Jackie Chan portrays Parker's instructor, Mr. Han, a maintenance man, and secret Kung Fu master who trains Parker to face the bullies at an upcoming Kung Fu tournament. Having Jackie Chan as the main character meant this film was destined for success. Chan is so widely respected in China that they got production benefits that nobody else could. The Chinese government reportedly agreed to let filming take place at the Great Wall of China, the Forbidden City, and the Wudang Mountains. Then Jaden was given the opportunity to collaborate with the biggest pop star in the world, Justin Bieber.
If you know me, you know this is gonna sound weird coming from me, but like, I used to love this song, Never Say Never remix with Jaden on it. It was just fire, you know. I would listen to this like all day, every day, just on loop for hours. I don't know why.
Bieber for the Karate Kid theme song, adding to the seemingly never-ending list of advantages Jaden had. Never Say Never featured a rap verse from Jaden. This was the first song he ever recorded. The single reached number 8 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart. Today, Never Say Never has been certified 5 times platinum and accumulated over 1 billion views on YouTube. The Karate Kid, released in summer of 2010, received positive reviews from critics and grossed over $359 million globally. Nonetheless, the film's success reinforced Jaden's position as a rising star in Hollywood. He was paid a reported salary of $1 million as an upfront fee, but received an additional $2 million bonus after the film was released. Will Smith carefully shaped his son's career up until this point. He was now 12, a global superstar, and basically had a perfect resume. But all of that was about to come crashing down. In 2013, Jaden appeared alongside his father Will in the post-apocalyptic action film After Earth. This was intended to be the first installment of a new franchise. Will intended to launch a multimedia franchise titled 1000 AE. The original plan was that After Earth would be followed by a sequel, then a live-action television series, an animated television series, webisodes, a video game, consumer products, theme park attractions, documentaries, comics, an educational program collaboration in partnership with NASA, cologne and perfume lines, and a social media platform, with Jaden being the face of it all. Will created a plan to essentially turn Jaden into Mickey Mouse, a ubiquitous character that can be milked for billions of dollars through licensing. Once Jaden realized he was just a pawn for his father's billion-dollar business, he tried to exit his own family. After Earth is a film set in a distant future where Earth has become uninhabitable due to environmental catastrophe, and humans have resettled on a new planet called Nova Prime. After Earth centers on General Cypher Rage, played by Will Smith, and his son Katai, played by Jaden Smith. Cypher is a
I watched this movie. Once. I'm not gonna lie, it was really good. It was really good.
legendary military commander known for his ability to ghost, which means he can suppress his fear and become invisible to the alien creatures called Ursa that now threaten humanity. On the other hand, Katai struggles to live up to his father's expectations and lacks the emotional control necessary to ghost. Cypher is critically injured when their spaceship crash lands on Earth, and Katai must embark on a perilous journey to retrieve a rescue beacon that can signal for help. The film primarily focuses on Katai's survival and personal growth as he faces numerous dangers and overcomes his fears. After Earth, through a generic and uncompelling plot, came off as a passion project that potentially reflected Will and Jaden's real-life relationship. The reflection being that Jaden wasn't nearly as talented as his father and needed to desperately work on his craft to be mentioned in the same breath. Perhaps the most ironic part about this film is that it's too realistic. Cypher holds his son's hand while guiding him to success, instead of allowing Katai to find his own path, which is exactly what happened in real life between Will and Jaden. Cypher's demanding expectations and Katai's desire to prove himself create tension within their relationship that evolves as the story progresses. This same tension is reflected in Will and Jaden's relationship months after the film's release. Critics felt that Jaden was handed the opportunity due to his family's connections rather than his acting abilities, which was completely true. Another concern surrounding the film was elements of Scientology, a controversial religion to which the Smith family has been loosely associated with. Despite the star power of Will Smith, After Earth underperformed at the box office. It did not meet the financial expectations set by the studio, leading to financial losses and disappointment for all involved. Although the film made over $243 million on a $130 million budget, the production budget doesn't include the marketing, which cost roughly $100 million. This meant the film's total budget stood somewhere around $230 million. And not to mention the empire that was supposed to be built around it. To add insult to injury, the film received 6 Golden Raspberry Award nominations, with Jaden winning Worst Actor, Will winning Worst Supporting Actor, and together winning Worst Screen Combo. Will abandoned his multi-billion...
Hold on, no, go back. First of all, whoa. You got Will Smith over here, Chris Brown, and Taylor Lautner.
6 Golden Raspberry Award nominations, with Jaden winning Worst Actor, Will winning Worst Supporting Actor.
I don't
and together winning.
Okay. After Earth, it was a good movie. But why is Medea's Christmas, Grown Ups 2, and Scary Movie? I don't think I watched Scary Movie. Entire cast, so even
winning Worst Screen Combo. Will abandoned his multi-billion-dollar franchise plan and admitted that this destroyed his relationship with Jaden. After Earth was an abysmal box office and critical failure, Will wrote in his memoir, and what was worse was that Jaden took the hit. Fans and the press were absolutely vicious. They said and printed things about Jaden that I refused to repeat. Jaden had faithfully done everything that I'd instructed him to do, and I'd coached him into the worst public mauling he'd ever experienced. We never discussed it, but I knew he felt betrayed. He felt misled. And he lost his trust in my leadership. And Will wasn't lying about the public humiliation. Jaden was eviscerated. South Park made fun of him.
Jaden Smith lets his parents do whatever they want. You know what? The guys at work, they took a bet on who would win in a fight, you or Jaden Smith, and they all said Jaden Smith could kick your ass.
Key and Peele also made fun of him.
I mean, it's hard being Will Smith's son. I just want to make sure my next project reflects that I'm a down-to-earth, normal kid. Am I making any sense?
Not to mention the endless articles and tweets that were being thrown at him every day. All of Jaden's success at this point was because of Will, Pursuit of Happiness, The Karate Kid, even Just Water, which was started with Will's money. Jaden blindly followed his dad because what child wouldn't trust their dad? Plus, it was working. There was an immense pressure to fulfill his dad's vision to become a billion-dollar franchise, and he performed to the best of his capabilities, only for it all to come crashing down and have the world blame Jaden and not Will. Jaden was ruined, angry, and asked his parents if he could be emancipated. Emancipation is a legal process that frees a child who is between the ages of 14 to 17 from the custody and control of their parent or guardian. His parents were heartbroken, but they understood why. They realized it was because of their mistakes that their son didn't feel normal. He ultimately decided to not be emancipated, but he started to pursue a life and career on his own terms. However, this would make people hate him even more. How can mirrors be real if our eyes aren't real? If newborn babies could speak, they would be the most intelligent beings on planet Earth. I should just stop tweeting. The human consciousness must raise before I speak my juvenile philosophy. Jaden feeling like he is this profound philosopher that the world can't understand obviously comes off as extremely pretentious. But he was 14 years old at this point and was finally coming up with his own thoughts, ideas, creations, instead of his parents shaping them for him. In an interview with GQ, he said, "Me and Willow are scientists, so everything for us is a scientific test upon humanity." He even compared himself to the scientific pioneer Galileo. At least now the criticism and bullying Jaden was receiving was because of his own thoughts and ideas and not his father's. He embraced the memes in this video. Jaden Smith reads mind-blowing facts about the universe.
The human brain takes in 11 million bits of information every second, but is aware only of 40. In an average lifetime, human skin completely replaces itself 900 times. You see your nose all the time. Your brain just chooses to ignore it.
He did become somewhat of a fashion trendsetter. Jaden is known for his androgynous fashion style. He frequently wears clothing that blurs the lines between traditional men's and women's fashion, incorporating elements like skirts, dresses, oversized clothing, and bold patterns. In 5 years, when a kid goes to school wearing a skirt, he won't get beat up, and kids won't get mad at him. He even wore outfits like a white Batman suit to prom, the Met Gala, and Kim and Kanye's wedding. But this continued to get him bullied by haters. His tweet stating that Tyler the Creator was his boyfriend just added more fuel to the fire. Their alleged relationship was never confirmed nor denied, but his ambiguity inspired many people around the world. Every new venture seemed to give his haters more material to use against him. But that changed with his album Sire, which even his biggest opposers admit was
The best song on Sire is Icon.
It's pretty good.
I just
While
have
the
to say
lyrics
that.
still feel like his signature I'm 14 and this is deep style, the production is a 10 out of 10. No exaggeration, this is one of the best produced melodic hip-hop albums of the 2010s. The most prominent single on the project was Icon, which
What did I say? What did I say, bruh?
despite not charting on the Billboard Hot 100, it did go 2 times platinum in the United States, while the music video accumulated over 184 million views on YouTube. And this track is nothing short of a banger. Many people criticize him for calling himself an icon.
I think what it means to be an icon is being able to take extreme amounts of hate. The only reason that they receive that hate is because they do things that other people don't do.
Following Sire, Jaden released Eries in 2019, an album that delved into darker themes and explored a more experimental sound. Nobody wants to feel bad for a kid that was born in the 0.001% of society. He has attempted to use his own status as Will Smith's son as a disadvantage. If I were white and not Will Smith's silly son, I would be the most respected philosopher of our and all time. I always knew no one was going to understand me. I felt about life differently than other kids. I could tell by the way they treated me. It is hard to live in the shadow of someone else. Jaden's biggest failures are by trusting his dad's vision. Some of Jaden's worst takes are from the perspective of a teenager trying to develop his own uniqueness. He just did it in front of the whole world. As he got older, he extended his privilege onto others. His long list of charitable endeavors includes Misfits Rep, the sustainable and eco-friendly fashion brand which promotes ethical manufacturing processes and the use of sustainable materials. The Water Box, a filtration system that helps provide clean water nationwide. He also opened a mobile restaurant where homeless people can eat for free. I Love You, launched in 2019, started as a vegan food truck where Jaden aimed to provide free, healthy, sustainable meals to the homeless community in Los Angeles' Skid Row area. He may have been a cringe Nepo baby, but it seems like he at least uses it to do some good in the world. Plus, nothing Jaden has ever said or done will be more embarrassing than the public humiliation Will Smith has been subject to over the past few years.
I like Jaden Smith. I like his work. I like his movies. And, yeah, I don't... He can be weird sometimes, but that doesn't really concern me. But, yeah, if you like this reaction video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and post notifications because I drop a video every day, every other day. And, yeah, if you're new here, just go ahead and subscribe. And, peace.